What's up? What's up? It's me, Shon-Jhon, the middleman CEO. Welcome to the channel. So someone asked me the question just recently, and the question was this: now that housing prices are starting to kind of tilt downward, is it a buyer's market? Meaning, is it, I assume they were asking, is it time to go back into the market? Is it time to start shopping for a new home? Is it time? And you guys know what I always tell you: it's not what you buy, it's how you buy it. Again, it's not what you buy, it's how you buy it. That's right. And so I'm going to explain that really quickly in this short video. By the way, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. If you would like to learn how to start a middleman business from your phone, make money from your phone without leaving your home, it's very simple. We book customers, take deposits, and dispatch the work. We don't do any of the physical work. We only book the customers and get paid to do it, match them with the company, and we're done. And it's the same thing Uber does, Instacart, Airbnb, all of those companies. They do not do the work that you think that they do. You actually do the work. They don't. Uber doesn't pick you up. Airbnb doesn't own your house. They don't own the property. They simply connect you, and that's all we do. That's why I call it middleman. So if you want to learn how to do that, awesome. Put middleman in the comments below, and I'll teach you what I've been doing since 2020. I have no job. That's all I do. So pretty easy. All right. Let's jump into it. By the way, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Tell at least one other person about this channel. I appreciate it. On my way to grab some coffee. Big day today. Son's birthday party is today. So happy birthday, Big Wes. My son's name is Weston, so happy birthday, Weston. His party is today at, I want to say Cheeky Monkey. I don't know. My wife's in charge of all that. I just kind of show up and eat the cake, right? So, but we're going to have a good time. He's going to be 4, so time's going by. Just trying to do everything I can to make sure these kids have financial stability in their future. And if they don't become entrepreneurs like I would like them to become, that's fine. If they want to go to college, then all of that, that's fine. I just want them to know how to make money just in case they don't have a job. And that's important for everybody. Your job cannot be your only source of income. Woo! I'll leave it at that, and we'll move on, because I don't want to get started on that. That's a rabbit hole I do not come out of. So here we go. So is it a buyer's market? So prices are dipping across the country in different markets. So let's talk about a couple things. Number one, and I'm not a realtor, I'm not a real estate investor, I'm not any of that. So I do not know everything. Do your own research. Don't even trust what I tell you. Don't even just believe it as the gospel. It's not. I don't know everything. So there's a bunch of people on this channel who know more than I do about real estate. And these guys and girls are welcome to drop that knowledge in the comments, share some insight, let someone know. Just don't be offensive, just don't be pushy, don't be a know-it-all. Just get in here and share with the community. We're all in the same boat, so to speak, trying to figure out what to do next in this broken and corrupt economy that is not friendly to us. And it ain't gonna be friendly to your children because of the debt, the government debt, $35 trillion. That ain't gonna be fun to pay back for you or for anybody. And so just be nice in the comments, and I know you guys will. It's only the 90% that show up in the comments, and they always have something stupid to say. And we're always like, bruh, just go away. If you gotta say stupid things and just to piss people off or be a know-it-all, just go away. Nobody's even gonna wanna hear from you. So 90%, I'm talking to you. Don't show up in these comments, you will get deleted. So really quickly again, what do we know about the housing market? We know that prices are beginning to dip in different states around the country, different cities. We also know that prices, that the cost of the homes are severely overpriced. So now that we know the cost of the homes are severely overpriced, now that gives us some type of, I want to say, parameter or some type of reading when we look at the home prices. So I'm less concerned with the percentage of what the home prices are dropping, because you might hear a 10-20% drop, something like that. Me personally, even though I don't think the percentage is the indicator we're mainly looking for, it's not the one I'm looking for, and I'll tell you why in a second. And it'll circle back to how I started this video, the question that I say you should be asking yourself, which is, it's not what you buy, it's how are you going to pay for it. And so for me, just thinking about it, yeah, so for me, it's always about how are you going to pay for it, not what is it that you're going to buy, because a house that you live in and pay a mortgage on is a 30-year liability. It's not an asset. I know the banks tell you it's an asset, but hey, good morning, man. But I can assure you that a house that you live in and pay a mortgage on is not an asset. It's 100% liability. So you need to be aware of that. Secondly, even if the market does some type of correction, the market is so overvalued that it would almost have to be, all right, man, have a good one. It would almost have to be a, significant drop, like 40, 35, 40, 45, 50%. Like, in order to get that, the market just got to crash. People have to stop buying. The problem with the market today is not necessarily interest rates. It is a big part of it is the expense of the house, the overvaluation of the house, but probably the bigger part of the issue today is Americans, and I know you guys are not going to agree with me on this because you guys are obsessed with this, but America's obsession with buying homes, owning loans. You guys are so obsessed with buying homes and owning loans that it does not matter what the price is. You will literally go into debt, bad debt, to buy a house. You will literally sacrifice your family and your finances for the next 5-10 years to be able to say you're a homeowner. And you're not. You're just a loan owner. In fact, as far as I know, and somebody could jump in the comments and enlighten me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, there's no such thing as a homeowner. You never own it. You just rent it for the rest of your life. Well, what if I pay it off? Okay, then you rent the property, including the home, from the state or the city and property taxes, right? So you rent forever. So don't ever make the mistake of believing you don't rent. You rent. Yes, of course you do. Absolutely. We all do. Now, I love homes. I've owned a home. So living in a home is a whole lot better than an apartment or a townhouse or shared space. A whole lot better. But the housing, like I said, the housing prices have gone through the roof over the past 2 to 3 years. Even if there's a 20% drop, it's still too expensive for most people. Most people still won't be able to afford a house, even if the price drops significantly, right? So if a house that's, $750, or let's even take it lower, if a house that's $500,000, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, in order to qualify for a $500,000 mortgage, you've got to make about $150,000 a year. Now, how many people do you know that make $150,000 a year? The answer is not many, right? There's not many people making that. So the house sits on the market because as soon as it passes about $300,000, it becomes very nichey, meaning that, hey, there's only a handful of people that can afford this. And then when you get to the, $750,000, $850,000, $1 million, then you're looking at the vast minority of people being able to afford your house. And you become very nichey. Now, if the price is cut and it fits what you like, then hey, that's your decision. I don't tell you what to do. But the main question you should be asking yourself is not, is it time to buy a house? The question you should be asking is, how am I going to pay for the house? And I'll end with this. Yes, the housing prices are going down. Yes, you can probably get in and get what you might call a deal. I don't call it much of a deal because I look at the prices from a few years ago and I see that the houses were on sale pretty much, very affordable. And even if the $300,000 house is now $500,000. Even if you take $100,000 off, it's still $100,000 over what it was just a few years ago. I think it's got to go down just a little bit more for people to get excited. The average homeowner still can really not get into the market, and I would advise you not to, but again, you do what you want to do. The question you should be asking again is, how am I going to pay for it? And I always tell you guys, never buy a house with a paycheck. Only buy a house with cash flow from a cash flowing asset. So before you go and drop thousands of dollars on a house that you tied to a job for 30 years. And the reason I say that is because if the only way you know how to make money is a paycheck, then the only place they give you paychecks are jobs. So if your plan is to pay, if you ask yourself, how am I going to pay for this job? I'm sorry, how am I going to pay for this house? And the answer that comes out of your mouth is job or paycheck, I wouldn't buy. That's just me. Now, if the answer that comes out is cash flow from an asset, something I own, a business I own, a middleman business, vending machines, a lawn care business, something like that, if the business can pay for it, then I'm buying. But if the answer is paycheck, no thank you. Because that's prison. That means for the next 30 years, I need to have a paycheck to cover that liability expense. And that's no fun. That's prison. My advice, don't rely on paychecks. That's my advice. So I hope this video helps someone. If you agree or disagree, leave a comment down below. I know most of you guys disagree with me. You're addicted to buying houses. You want to get into this housing market. Let me tell you, don't feel any pressure. The houses are going to be there. They make millions and millions of houses. They're available all over the country. Chill out. Stop buying. Let the market die down. Then go into the market. But before you do, make sure that because the first thing you need to do is make sure you have a cash flow producing asset. That's number one. Then number two, look at the house that gives you the best value and then get the best deal you can get, right? And then number three, don't buy the house with a paycheck, because that won't give you freedom. It'll give you prison, because the house has a 30-year mortgage, which requires a paycheck. So please, 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 if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. Smash thumbs up if you got any value out of this. It's time for me to enter the car wash, and have a great day. For myself, for you, have a wonderful, blessed day. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. See you guys on the next video. Peace.